If you don't know by now, my name is Enoch. And if you don't know by now, this is my brother James in the flesh.
What's good?
And if you don't know, this is the Blood Brothers Podcast. Let's go. Thank you for tuning in to the Blood Brothers Podcast. Welcome back again. Before we get going, y'all know how we do things. Our Father in heaven, we thank you for this opportunity. We thank you for this moment. Use us right now. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
My brother, what's up? Talk
Good.
to the people, man.
Welcome to New York. First off, welcome back to New York.
I'm hyped right now.
All right. Listen, our mission will always be consistent, empowering men to become leaders in society under God's law. Consequently, men, women, and children will understand the foundations of what it's supposed to be a real man.
Yes, sir. Happy birthday.
You know, I'm 30 now. It's different.
My boy is 30.
30, different. I'm
You
different.
know, matter of fact, we're going to get into that because I'm asking some questions about that.
I'm different now.
So, we start a new series.
It's true.
We're going to get into relationships. Relationships.
I like that.
That's very well needed.
Uh-huh.
And before we can even get into relationships,
Okay.
I feel like the foundation has to start within yourself.
Okay, I get with it. I like that. Okay. Where you going with it, though?
So, within every relationship,
Mhm.
marriage, friendship, any kind of
Business
business relationships, if you don't know who you are and how you function on your own, you'll never really understand how to deal with other people. So I feel like a lot of times within relationships, the reason they fall apart is because you're expecting something from someone and you haven't either communicated what you want out of it or how you function with that person.
Okay. I think I like that. All right. So what you're talking about is understanding who you are internally.
Yeah.
So you could express it externally.
Exactly.
To get the highest capacity out of any relationship that you're in. Meaning your marriage, friendship.
Yeah.
Okay. I get that for sure.
If you don't understand that, for example, you're the kind of person that needs affirmation.
Okay.
And then you have a friend that's not like that. And they're not constantly telling you, oh, good job on that, good job on that. And now you getting tight
I feel you.
from a friend, but you never articulated that that's the kind of person you are because you didn't even know that. So you're upset about a certain relationship and you can't even find the root of why it's not working.
Okay, so then let me ask you this then. When you're dealing with relationships, where do you think the expectations from relationships stem from?
Expectations.
Like what you just said, you want something out of someone, but you didn't communicate it. All right, cool. But where did that even stem from? What was the driving force of you saying or thinking, I want affirmation?
I guess that would start from, you have to search yourself with everything, like even with the mentality series, that comes back into play.
Go watch the mentality
series. Because if you're in your mentality, that's where you constantly working on yourself, learning who you are and why you do and say certain things. So if you're not constantly working on yourself, you won't know what are the things that are triggers.
Okay, both positive and negative.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I knew where you're going with that.
Yeah.
So how much of I'll ask you this then. How much of your childhood and your relationship with your parents are the determining factor in your perspective of relationships?
Oh, that's huge. That's huge because that's ultimately your first relationship. Because that's your first interaction of what relation is.
Okay. Okay.
And I've been thinking about relationships for a while now. One of the main reasons relationships don't work because the person that you're in relation with, you have to get on the same ship.
Gotcha.
Now, if you're not on the same ship with the person you're in relation with, you're trying to go somewhere and they're trying to go somewhere, it'll never work.
It's like riding a motorcycle with somebody on the back.
Exactly. Exactly.
Get it.
So now look at the word relationship, totally different. The person that you're in relation with, you have to be trying to go the same direction. But understanding sometimes we might take different directions, but ultimately the goal is the same, where we're trying to go.
The concept is the principle of the overall goal remains the same.
Exactly. Like me and you, our goal is the same. I might say, let's take the GPS this way.
Yeah.
That might not work. You might say, let's take the GPS this way. But ultimately, we on the ship together and we're conscious of we're trying to go somewhere. So if you're on a ship with somebody that you're not trying to go to the same place, it's going to crash.
So basically, if the destination isn't the same.
Yeah.
And you have your own hidden agenda.
Exactly.
It's impossible.
Exactly.
For the relationship to succeed in any level, meaning a marriage, friendship, business.
That's where that unequally yoke come from.
I get you.
Yeah.
You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it. So I think that when it comes to relationships, the beauty of relationships is they're operating under principles. So as long as, like you said, you have the same goal in mind, you might take different paths, but the principle of success, right, and moral stance, I think that plays a significant part in how you relate with people. Yeah. Because for me, if your moral stance isn't up to par in my book, right? If you don't live by the same standards I do, I'm not mad that you don't. Yeah. I just won't relate with you. We won't have relationship, right? So when I look at the component or the foundation of relationships, I automatically go to what is your character and what is your moral stance for your decision making, right? What is your what I call hard drive? You know how they have like computers, they have a certain. When they reset, they automatically go back to a certain screen. Yep. Right? Yep. No matter what, they go back to a certain screen. That's their foundation. Like, if all else fails, this is who I am. This is what I am. Yeah. And I think in relationships, as long as your hard drives are wired the same, then you'll always have success. Yeah. But in the same token, if they're not the same
outcome,
it's going to be the opposite outcome. You're going to have a disconnect. And so how do you feel about this, right? If morally someone challenges your belief system and they're your friend, how do you think that should be handled?
Morally challenge your belief system?
So and not in the sense of morally, you have to, let's say this, you have to question their character. Oh. Right? So if you question their character, that means morally, you're kind of like, I don't really know how to address this, or if I should be in relations with you. How do you think that should be handled when people come across that situation?
Well, first of all, off the rip, you have to have the understanding there's only but so far that relationship can go. Okay. Because you know how, like, you got friends, you got close friends, you got people that you're just associated to.
Associates, friends.
Yeah. So you as yourself have to understand, okay, this is still a cool person, but as far as deep relation, they're not in that circle with me.
I dig it.
Because I have people that I'm cool with, close with. Then I got my brothers, like I got my main four.
Yeah, I got you.
So you guys, there's certain things I can say to y'all that I wouldn't say to everybody else. I get you. Like, I can tell one of y'all, like, yo, you shouldn't be doing that. I can say, like, yo, you need to get married. Yeah. Like, I can do those things. But other people just like, oh, all right, cool, that's how you feel. Hey, I'm not related. We're not on the same ship, so I can't really go that way with you.
So basically, they're operating under their own agenda.
Exactly.
So when it comes to the moral stance of people, let's just say specifically, let's say you're in a relationship with a girlfriend or whatever the case may be, right? She doesn't have the same moral stance. Not saying shit, not saying none of that. Nobody like, oh, automatically going to the let's just say she believes that she shouldn't have to work because the man should take care of her.
Uh-huh.
But you grew up thinking,
Yeah.
I was like, nah, she got to go out there and get her bread.
Yeah.
How do you think they should handle that?
They got to look at where they're trying to go.
Okay.
So, like I said, that shit, where y'all trying to go? Is there going to be some compromise where I feel like we should make a left? Okay. You feel like we should make a left? Let's make a left. Let's see what's up there. Mm-hmm. If not, if that doesn't work, we need to make a right. You got to be okay with me saying, let's make this right.
Okay.
So now, if there's no compromise in any relationship, like we talking about business, marriage, friendship, any of those, if there is no compromise, it can't work. Because you have to be relationship with each other.
Okay, so your relations are based off of your compatibility mentally, morally, character driven.
Exactly.
Okay, so when you take the stance of that, you can get a lot of pushback from that.
Oh yeah.
Right? I start to look at society and how people conduct themselves.
Yeah.
Right? And I can't help but to think it's like people are getting engaged, they're getting married, but are they on the same, wavelength for their mentality?
Yeah.
Right? And if you're in a relationship with somebody, obviously that means that you want to go to the same place.
Exactly.
Like, we're married already.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what? I got an idea.
What?
I got somebody who just got engaged. Let me see what their opinion. Yo, come here, bro. Wait a second.
Hey, Danny, what's good, bro?
My boy, Danny. my brother-in-law, he just got engaged. Very proud of him. Very proud. Danny, we talking about relationship, right? So I have a question.
Yeah, because we always talking from a married perspective.
Exactly. We need somebody else. So we need.
So we're kind of biased,
right? Exactly. We're biased. You're not married yet, but you're engaged. So you came out of the boyfriend and girlfriend zone. You took that next step, right? So what do you think would be the most important component in, let's just say, your future marriage or your relationship right now with your fiance?
Most important, I think, is a balance between trust and I wouldn't know how to frame it, but it's really just being selfless, right? I think when you're in a relationship, you can't, it's not about you anymore. It's not about your wants. You should always be striving to put your partner ahead of you.
Oh, he's talking that.
And I think vice versa, right? So when you look at it, if you're in that position, there's no jealousy involved. There's nothing can break that, right? When you want to see your significant other succeed, you're not in a position where you're sort of selfless within your own goals. You realize this is much bigger than you at this point.
So it's a one movement, like one mind frame.
Right.
You're united as one. So let me ask you this then. So when you decided that process in your mind, when you put it together, like, okay, this is how I'm going to think about my marriage moving forward, right? When you looked at your fiance, what was it about her that made you say, I know that you're going to have your best interest for me and I'm going to have my best interest? Where did that moment, or was it a multi-layered approach to it? Like, was it like one time you was like, dang, I think I can marry her, but I'm waiting. You know what I'm saying?
No, I know what you're saying. So I think it took time, right? Because what I think my mindset, even just going into a relationship, was sort of, all right, let me get myself to where I need to be first. Let me become the man. Let me get the money. Let me have this. Let me have this, and then I'll get into a relationship, and then I'll start pursuing that. And what I had realized was, one, she wasn't gonna wait around for that, right? Because
she wasn't playing. Right. Set them standards.
You don't know how long that's gonna take.
Thank you, Sparkle. Shout out to my sister.
Right. Know what we talking about.
Let's talk. Right. Preach, brother.
Because you don't know how long that's gonna take. But I think two, you move way faster as a team, right? If you have somebody supporting you, you can move you can do way more things. So I think gradually I started to realize, okay, like, nah, this is not the way. I mean, I don't know where I got that idea from, right? I think it's just maybe something that's just sort of put out there that we take on, like, oh, I got to be the man, I got to stand on my own too. Where in reality, like, you can go a lot farther, a lot faster when you lean on your significant other, when you guys are leveraging each other to get where you guys want to go.
So just out here, we didn't tell him. We didn't tell him. Literally, I probably asked him to do this maybe 10 minutes ago. Yeah. This mentality, oh my God, we should have brought him on for the mentality.
Oh, man.
All right, I got one more for you, right? So after you establish that foundation, because obviously now you have a solid system to stand on, right? What was your like? How did you structure your next step? So I'll put this: you're in real estate, right?
Right.
So obviously everything that you think is very structurally based. You don't do you don't make the rest for willy-nilly decisions, right? Exactly. Nothing's everything's strategically planned. So did you go into the engagement saying, okay, I'm still going to try to figure this out? Or were you 100% in where it's like, all right, I'm engaged and we're getting married? Like, was it you knew when you got engaged, I was about to get married. I'm not playing around, waiting around.
Yeah, no. Because I think even before that, it wasn't necessarily even about getting married. We knew that was coming, right?
Yeah.
We knew the engagement coming, even when we were just in a relationship, because we had been talking for a couple years, right? At that point. But we were planning like a life together, right? So when you do that, it's sort of like we're not planning to get married. We're planning this life, and in this life, like marriage is gonna come, right? Like you said, I'm in real estate, so we were sitting down, writing down our real estate goals. We want to own X amount of houses. We want rental properties. And so when I was going out and getting my license, like we knew I had to leave my job. So the fact that I'm now this entrepreneur, like my income is not steady. She still has her full-time job. I was leaning on her early in the years.
Like this.
That's just the way it is, right? So if I didn't have her, I wouldn't be where I am today with regards to real estate.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
So it's just like
Sparkle.
Nah, she's the truth.
Sparkle is the truth.
She's the truth.
And you know the beauty of that, right? Because I remember when me and Marielle were talking about it, and to see you hear you talk about it now compared to that, it's like it's like a whole different person. Like no, it's not even. It's like literally a whole different person.
And that's what happens when you're continually working on your mentality,
working on your your concept, the principle, the driving force behind your success, and the egoless conversation that you just had. It was so. Some guys be like, I'm the breadwinner now.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm making the most. You're like,
I'll tell you right now, she makes more money than me.
Bro, but that's the thing. All right, so let me ask you, do you guys this? All right, because we can have the money talk now. Because all right, so we're like this. Hold on, we're like this.
Right.
We don't say your money, my money. We just, everything is ours. So so my wife's money is my money. Like, so everything is one. So do you guys take that approach, or is it, okay, you do your thing, I do my thing, you help me out, I help you out? How's your perspective on that?
So because we're not married yet, we haven't taken a full jump into that approach, right?
Okay.
So and also another reason, we have two, now I wouldn't say different outlooks on money, but we move differently when it comes to our money, right? So for that reason, we have separate bank accounts, and we have one account that we use for the house. If we want to make any repairs in the home, we pay into that every month, so we know
that's your emergency fund.
That's our emergency fund.
I like it.
But we also have like a shared savings account. We also have a shared investment account.
So y'all are still intertwined.
Right. We're still intertwined, but we have our own separate, I guess you call it checking accounts. It's separate, but as far as like saving investments, we both pull into that.
See, this is where I get caught, because I can't get Marielle nothing without her knowing. That's I respect it. Like, that's why I don't tell guys, you know, if you don't have, whatever, your own account. I was thinking like, dang, I don't have my own. But it's just because I don't deal with the money. Right? So I'm not the one that does. She takes care of those. Like, so I don't really care about that. But when you just said that, it reminded me, because I'm like, geez, I can never get her a surprise.
Right.
I can never surprise you.
Yeah.
Babe, where's the $2,000 that you're like, you know what I mean? It's like,
I was trying to surprise you, but
Danny, I appreciate you, bro. Good looking, bro. Thank you.
Do you see that? Do you see that?
Just saying.
They're on the same ship, going in the same direction. They established that. So a lot of relationships fall because they're trying to go in so many different directions. Nobody know where they're going.
The blind leading the blind.
The blind leading the blind.
Like, the blind leading the blind.
Man.
Nah, that's just the honest truth. We spoke about. I spoke about this with him. Me and Mary been married 3 years, coming up on 3 years.
Yeah.
And just hearing him explain his perspective with efficiency, and you can tell he put deep thought into that, because it's just hard, because when you look at relationships, it's you can't have an ego in your relationship. Not even your friendships. Honestly, not even in your friendships.
Yeah,
bro.
that's true.
Because I don't
That's
have
true.
an ego with you.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I'll say what I have to say. You'll say what I say. And then it's like, all right, we either agree to disagree, but it's never, I don't know.
And I think that's the problem too, the communication.
Yes.
Like, you can tell if a relationship is real when somebody, here's the thing. Some relationships, some people feel like they can't say what they need to say.
And that's terrible.
That's a terrible relationship.
That's terrible. That's unhealthy.
That's very unhealthy.
That's very unhealthy.
That's very unhealthy. Like, we are really brothers. Just the other day, I was like, yo, I'm not feeling this. He's like, yo, why you ain't feeling this? We can talk about damn right after. Yo, let's have a pool party.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Like, we can have real conversations.
We talk about
and move past it like it's nothing.
Because honestly, it goes back to our agendas.
Exactly.
In our relationships are based off the same agendas. We're not. I have the best interest for you. You have the best interest for me, and we don't have to question that.
Yeah.
Go back to mentality shifts, the character.
Yeah.
Go back to the things we were talking about that brings everything full circle.
Yeah.
Because it's when I look at the foundations of relationships, I have to let's put it into 3 points so it brings it all together. Right?
Okay.
So the first one, let's talk about being equally yoked. Right? That's your having the same agenda.
Yeah.
And remember, we're not just talking about friendships. We're talking about marriages. We're talking about business. We're talking about just meaningful relationships that are helping you progress. Like Danny said, he said, you have to have somebody who wants you to do better.
Exactly. And that's the thing too. I think that's why, because if a sponsor came up to us and said, yo, we want to invest $100,000 into your podcast, but Enoch, I want you to play the background, and I want Ak in front.
I would say,
let's go. I would say, let's go.
I would say, no. Look,
I would say, let's go. I got your back. Let's go. Because I want you to. I'm like,
no. I hear you. No, but look, there you go, right here. He would say, let's go. I would say, no. Two different. We have the same agenda. Look.
Because I know we're gonna go where we supposed to go. I would say, yo, bro, take the lead.
But take the lead. He would say, take the lead, right? But me not being ego driven in our relationship.
Yeah.
I would automatically tell them, like, look, I didn't come into this situation as the lead, and I'm not gonna move forward unless we have the same concepts and agenda. Yeah. Though that conversation that Enoch would say, that would have been our private conversation.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Nobody would have heard that. But they would have heard me say to them, like, we probably would have had a back and forth.
Exactly.
And then we would have came to some kind of resolution. But y'all just heard a private conversation that we'd have had. We'd have been like, no. He'd be like, yes.
Yeah.
But it goes back to,
because when you're not ego driven, we already know where we're trying to go. So it's like you could take it.
Yo, I just thought about that. Think about it like this. We both had egoless moments right there. I said no because if my man not coming, it's over. I'm good. He said no because he's like, yo, bro, no matter who goes, bro, I got your back. Come on, bro.
For real.
But
that's what I'm saying.
Anyway, being equally yoked is very important. You understand? Being equally yoked and having the same agenda in any relationship is very valuable. And you have to make sure and be clear about it, which brings us to the next topic or concept that helps relationships build, and that's loyalty, right? So when you have the same agenda with someone and you're equally yoked mentally, you're moving in the same direction mentally, right? Now you have to be loyal to the cause, if that's the best way to put it. Yeah. Right? Let's stay consistent through our loyalty to our agenda.
And that was my mindset. My loyalty was I'm loyal to the cause. And then you was like, nah.
Exactly. Right? So boom. Enoch took I'm loyal to the cause. Right? Which is understandable. It's an egoist thing. He said, I'll step back. I'm cool. Yeah. Right? Me, I took the approach of, no, I'm not going. If y'all trying to make it about me, then I don't want no parts of it, right? So we're loyal to each other in different ways. Exactly. Which is crazy because
that same thing, direction and shit, but we trying to go to the same place.
100%. Exactly. So the last one, and we'll use this as the last one because I believe it's truly the foundation of relationship is communication. Right?
Got to be able to communicate.
If you cannot communicate with a friend, I'm talking about real communication. I'm not talking about I'm sugarcoating everything or I'm trying to figure it out or I don't want to say this because it's gonna rub. Nah, nobody's saying be disrespectful. That's not what we're talking about. We're really just saying be able to communicate your feelings in a genuine manner. Say what you have to say. Obviously, respect is automatic, so you never have to question that. And loyalty should never be questioned.
Yeah, because just imagine with the communication. Just imagine you felt the way how I was moving and you couldn't say nothing. Yeah. there would be tension that's not understood.
Yeah,
and now we can't move forward.
That elephant in the
Yeah,
room.
it'd be so that happens a lot of times in relationship. You feel a way, but you can't say nothing because you don't have that strong relationship, that strong foundation. When we talk about foundation, that goes in everything.
Facts.
Relationships too.
Facts.
So if the foundation isn't strong, now you feel like, you know what? I ain't gonna say that because and now you feeling some type of way, and now the relationship we know vibes, you can feel it.
Energy.
Like, you know that energy, be like, nah, it's off. So if any of my core friends, I feel like I can't say something, that's when I know, okay, there's a problem in the relationship.
Facts. That's a telltale sign.
Yeah.
That's probably God telling you, check something.
Yeah.
Check something. Because
Mm-hmm.
in the same way you're always constantly checking yourself, you have to check the people around you too.
Yeah.
Because conversations, energy, it all feeds you. As much as people say, oh, words don't mean anything, words are very powerful.
Yeah.
Everything starts on a thought, right? And then you speak it, and if you believe it and you act on it, it'll come true.
Yeah.
Good and bad, right? So the people that you're in relation with, they have to be on the same wavelength as you. This is not like an optional thing. You understand? And I hate to say it, like if you're a drug dealer, then you need to hang out with drug dealers. Like if you're a killer, you gotta hang out with because think about it.
It'd never be able to work.
It wouldn't work any way else. Not saying do that. Please don't do that. I don't want anybody to go to jail. Like I'm tired of single black moms walking out here. I need fathers and their kids. Like I'm just giving a hypothetical, right?
Yeah.
But on a serious note, you have to be aligned with one another, right? And it's I always look at the word intimacy, and people use intimacy as a word. They automatically think sex.
Exactly.
No, that's not intimacy. I'm telling you can be intimate with your friend.
Yeah, we're intimate.
We're intimate. The way we speak to each other, the genuineness in our relationship, the way we care about each other, the way we express it. Those things, that's intimacy.
Yeah.
Right? And obviously when you're with your spouse, intimacy is that as well, but then other things happen.
Exactly.
But something happens with your friends too.
Yeah.
Right? When you're intimate with your friends, your relationship builds. It allows you to grow. These are the fruits of having a genuine, intimate relationship with
even with
good
business.
friends.
That meeting yesterday, that was a very intimate meeting.
That was very intimate. Everybody was very engaged.
Yeah.
Very engaged.
Yeah.
And even to see me, I'm just the type of person, I always want people to do better. I'm that person.
Yeah.
Like I'm really, if I feel like you stagnant, I'll say it. I'll give you an example. My man, he was doing personal training like Faith. He did personal training for a while. He wouldn't get certified. I'm like, yo, you need to get certified. Like, come on, this is what you want to do. You got to prove it. You know? But I'm that person. Sometimes it comes off a little rough until I explain it to you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If I say something, the initial if you don't know me, you'll be like, what's wrong with you?
Exactly.
Like, yo, relax. You gotta, and it's like, no, it's not that. And then I'll explain it to you. But that comes back to the communication.
Exactly.
Right? If you don't have that, you don't have that ability to articulate yourself in a reasonable manner, then what happens is everybody just gets lost in translation.
Exactly. Listen to what Danny said. He said, I had to make sure I would prepare myself so that I was ready for that. Before you get into any relationship, you need to know who you are, how you function, so that the people that you bring around you, you know how to express that to them. So if you bring people, say you're a kind of person that little things annoy you, and you get around people that always do a whole bunch of things that annoy you, but you never make that clear, and you stay around them, you're going to always be in toxic relationships.
True.
It's always going to be toxic no matter what. So we're talking about all different things. Let's say you're in a relationship with a guy that's lazy, and you're the kind of person that hate laziness, but you're just attracted to this type of guy. You need to work on yourself to understand, why am I attracted to this? I need to understand what is it in me that makes me attracted to that, because that's not healthy. And the minute you find that, that's when you be able to grow and say, okay, this is what I need to work on so that I don't go to that again, because that is toxic. And that's where growth continues.
I think I think even, and like I'm not gonna front. I really am impressed. Like I was happy he got engaged. Like trust me, I was ecstatic. I was genuinely happy. But some people just get engaged just to get engaged.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, this is what the woman wanted. So whatever.
Yeah. This is my boy got me tight the other day. He's like, I want to go look at the ring. I'm like, you gonna get it?
Oh yeah.
He's like, no, not yet.
So
but like I can say that to him, like, bro, what are you waiting for? Yeah. If I couldn't say that to him, I wouldn't be true to myself.
Yes, I agree.
So if I wouldn't be able to say that to him, then there's a crack in the relationship because I'm not being true to myself. He said, yo, I'm looking at the ring, but I don't know. And I'll be like, all right, yeah, just whenever you. No, bro, what's the problem? Like, I'm not gonna bring something without having or
probable cause.
Exactly, or solution based.
Solution.
I'm not just talking to talk. So why are you waiting? What is the issue? You love her. What? Yeah. What are we waiting for?
Yeah.
Nah, you know what I'm saying?
No, I can't wait till we get into the marriage series.
Oh man, that has to be the last one.
No, that's gonna
next one probably gonna be just friendship.
Yeah, we'll deal with
business.
Yeah, we'll do
the last one's definitely because that's gonna be a multiple part probably.
That's gonna be fine. But yeah, just to see the evolution of people, I take so much joy in that.
Yeah,
right. Just to see boys become men. Yeah, right. That process and the beauty of it is. And this goes back to what we were talking about with father is no matter what the man who was supposed to be the father in your life does, right? It really doesn't matter because what are you going to do when it's your turn? Right? That's really what it comes down to, right? So it's even with relationships, it's okay, you seen a toxic marriage. You might have seen toxic friendships. Yeah. You know, you might have seen bad business, right? Yep. And it's cool because at the end of the day, it wasn't you. You've seen it, but it wasn't you. Yeah. So the question remains, what are you going to do now? That's what it comes down to. Push come to shove, right, wrong, whatever you've seen, whatever experience you had, there's no excuse anymore. What are you going to do?
And I think the problem is people feel like they do have an excuse.
Oh, they love excuses.
Yeah. So when
like
you
can
say,
I'm trying.
Yeah, you can say you have no excuse, but to them, I do. My dad wasn't there. I seen this. I seen that. I seen this. But that's where that mentality you have to continue to work yourself. So you have to be able to say to yourself, yes, those things happen to me, but I have the power to do something about it now. And once more people take that action, that's where that growth, that's almost that first hurdle. Once you go over that first hurdle,
that's
like
that transition.
That transition, like, okay, I'm getting it.
Yeah.
I'm going. Yep. And some people just can't get over that first hurdle, and that's where they get stuck. And that's the biggest thing.
Listen, relationship series is in full effect. Shouts out to my brother-in-law, Danny.
Danny.
Can't wait to go to the wedding. Yo, he definitely did his thing. I'm very proud. Very
definitely
proud.
Broke down the marriage. Yo, having that insight. We already knew. He said we already knew that's what we wanted. It was on one accord already. And that's what people don't understand. They feel like once I get married, we're gonna be on one accord.
And even with that, think about it like this. He even understood that I'm stronger with her than without her. And if for people who are not married,
I've said that to
people who are not married, it's cool. It's fine.
Yeah.
Right? You're still going through the process. But when I tell you, when you find a life partner, right?
You go to another level.
Listen, I'll go from benching 315 to 340 with my wife.
That's a fact.
You understand?
That's a fact.
And she'll be right there spotting me.
Yeah.
That's the type of elevation you have when you find a wife.
Yeah.
And what was you saying? What was the quote that it was?
You don't turn her into a wife. When you find her, she's already a wife.
Boy.
And then she becomes a wife for you. When you find that, oh my gosh, your life really goes to another level.
Can't wait to go into the marriage. But relationships, foundational components, keep in mind, equally yoked, loyal to the right mind frame, and then being able to communicate those three concepts.
Most definitely.
And living by those concepts. Not one time, not one action, in every aspect of your life. And, just watch the development of your relationships. And more importantly, you'll start to see who's not supposed to be in your life.
Oh, yeah. Yo, I want y'all to try something. Say something to your friend that you always wanted to say, but you were scared to. See how they react. Say something that you just been, man, I've been wanting to say this, but I can't. If you feel like you can't say something, you're in a toxic relationship.
That's facts.
Matter of fact, you're in a fake relationship.
That's fake.
It's fake. If I can't say things to you how I'm feeling, it's a fake relationship.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Take the test. Try it.
Yeah.
Leave a comment. Say fail or pass. You know what I'm saying? And let us know, because at the end of the day, we just want to see people grow.
Mm-hmm.
And even if y'all not watching, our kids are gonna be able to see.
Exactly. So
shouts out to the
take these benefits.
Shouts out to my youngins.
You know what I'm saying?
Missed in the death.
Man, it's so good being in the building with you, bro.
Hey, boy, we doing this. Listen, you know, we be on Skype most of the time, but yo, you got something to leave with?
We on Zoom.
My bad, Zoom.
Pay attention, man.
My fault.
It's his birthday. We about to have a party.
Nah, man, I'm about to turn up.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you got something to leave him with?
Yeah. Let me get dramatic for you.
Go ahead. You see the shirt? My boy pulled up on the shirt.
It's going to be ups and downs in all types of relationships. But through all that, no matter what type of relationship you in, keep God before anything. Always.
That's the real root of all relationships.
Yep.
Okay, we gotta get it. We gotta get into that too.
We got to.
The relationship with God and how that affects everything.
Yeah.
Other than that, y'all already know. Strive for perfection. I know you're like, yo, I can't be perfect. Fine, but you'll still fall short and you'll be excellent. Yeah. Other than that, we'll holler at y'all later.
Let's go.
What's up? Out here for hours. I'm playing with you.